And as a reminder, Kira is still not at 100%. He's still playing one-handed. Can he do it though? Can he pull it off?
I was gonna get into that because I very distinctly remember an earlier KungFu Cup where MaxPax was on a PvT tear. He took down a couple of really strong Terran players that we didn't quite cast, and then he went up against Oliveira where it didn't look close at all. MaxPax won that series in like 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes even. And then he went up against Cure, and Cure made it look easy. Cure made TVP look easy. He kind of gave MaxPax a taste of his own medicine, won that series in like 10 minutes flat. But, like you said, MaxPax has been getting better. Cure has been getting handicapped. And now I think this is a match that I'm not really sure what to expect.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I remember that it was a month ago where Cure just absolutely just laid the smackdown on his opponents. But here we go. It's a rematch from all those weeks ago in KungFu Cup. We have the Danish Protoss player representing Storm Gaming, the best Protoss in all of Europe. It is MaxPax.
And over here in the top left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top left-hand corner of Gräsvan, we have our red Terran player coming down from the land of Korea. He is, of course, just completely shattered and broken. He can barely move a single finger right now, really. But he is still putting on a really great fight for the fans here back at home. He is representing Abydos. It's Cure.
Here we go. Another TVP is before us, and yeah, MaxPax, he isn't just here for the Protoss, he's here for Europa as well, as he's the last remaining European player here in this tournament. Showtime, Clem, Lambo, they all did full prey to their opponents, and MaxPax is here waving that EU flag.
Yeah.
And by proxy, the NA flag.
Yeah.
Is that how that works? Is that, or is Kier still American?
Is, you know?
Is it?
Waka waka. Hey.
That's not an American. What are you talking about?
Not? Oh.
Hi.
It's the football, you know? They like that over in America.
That's not that they don't. Well, they like the other one. They like the hand egg. That's what they like.
Ah.
Gridiron.
Ah. The McGriddle.
Why don't they call it gridiron? It sounds so much more metal, I feel. I don't know.
They call it gridiron in Canada, is the thing.
Ah.
Well, I mean, it's the same reason why people don't call soccer association football. You know, it's just because by default, soccer is easier to say.
True. But gridiron is so cool.
It is. I don't just say it in Canada.
Yeah, fair enough. I knew it was
Why
that.
Why doesn't anybody call rugby? No. I was gonna say, it's like, I feel like for some people, you know, when you say football, it's gridiron. For some people, when you say football, it's soccer. But nobody thinks of rugby when you say football, even though rugby is technically the third form of football.
Sure. I mean, no one calls it rugby here either. Everyone calls it NRL.
Footy.
No, or the footy. Yeah, we call it the footy, or we call it an NRL. Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Well, NRL has rugby in it, I guess. It's the National Rugby League.
Yeah, okay. It's kind of like how in Brazil it's football.
That's not how. How's that similar?
You know.
This is where Asher chimes in and he says actually the footy is AFL, which could be true. I don't know. I don't know what the verbiage is for that.
It's AFL. 10 minutes ago in the match. Whack! I intercepted him.
As we're getting into this, and so far nothing too crazy, was that Twilight Count's opener here from MaxPax into his additional gateways. It looks like it is going to be actually 4-gate Blink Stalker out of MaxPax, so something very aggressive, something very iconic to him, as I feel like this is what he is known for in PvT, as some of the best 4-gate Blink Stalker execution in the world. And it's going to be on Cure to try and defend against it. For the time being, he doesn't know what's going on. He's going for a mine drop, which will give him the information he needs.
Yeah, only a double mine drop right now, so this is very much meant to just get scouting information, not so much do damage. Like you said, the pressure is a bit more on Cure right now to come up with a follow-up and to react to what he scouts here from MaxPax, because it's pretty obvious he's going for a 4-gate.
Yeah, exactly, as the Stalkers are about to rock up. Meanwhile, Cure does have his tanks in position. I love the SimCity as well, with these depots, with this bunker as well, just completely walling off. And as the mine drop comes in, he gets eyes on those gateways on that Twilight Council, and we have a reaction out of MaxPax. He doesn't lose too much at all.
Well, only a single probe so far.
Exactly, as the Stalkers dribbling on forward, the bunker is going to be going down, but the repair is going to be in time, is going to be able to top this up and keep it alive as more tanks continue to be pumped out, but the Stalkers, they do head towards the natural.
Yeah, it is kind of the issue with having a little bit of a later scout here from Cure. He isn't quite able to get that full zoning potential that you normally need from your tanks and your bunkers.
Yeah, exactly, as MaxPax is going to be healing off some of these Stalkers, going to be heading towards the main base, but no Marines have been waiting for him. Cure so far doing a great job at defending. He's been losing a couple of SCVs here and there. I don't believe we have WCS Game Heart, so 5 SCVs have gone down in total. But that's not the end of the world here, as the tanks do reposition. Cure actually pulling it back a little bit just to keep it safe. Oh!
Yeah, when you're up against a 4X, you know that you're going to be losing SCVs. Great blink forward here from MaxPax, able to take out 2 tanks in the blink of an eye, but now he has all of the bio to contest with.
Yeah, exactly. 2 tanks go down the bunker as well. The boys are pulled, 5 more SCVs go down, and MaxPax, he just goes for another warp, and he wants to keep on snowballing from here. Stim, I believe, is, not done yet. +1 is on the way. Cure having a hard time keeping up here, especially after losing both those tanks.
Yeah, he is starting to bleed out quite a number of Marines here, but with that other tank sieging up, giving him a little bit of a backline, a little bit of a backbone, he is able to clear this up, even snipes a Warp Prism right at the very end there. So the worst of it is over right now for Cure.
Yeah, with the death of that Prism, that is the death of this push. Cure has held. Did lose some SCVs, to be fair, but could have been a lot worse, as you were saying, as he is going to try and push out across the map.
There's Tech Lab get sniped, because that is a very late stim.
It is. It's it didn't get sniped. Max actually didn't get into the main at all. Just was delayed here, I guess, in favor, or maybe it did slip Cure's mind. Regardless, 3rd CC is on the way. It looks like he's accepted he can't quite hit any kind of counter timing. He's going to be macroing instead.
Yeah, well, he can still establish a bit of a presence on the map here. He can, best case scenario, try to contain MaxPax, but realistically, he's going to be looking to trade with Stalkers here.
Yeah, I don't think
it's probably the best he can hope for, realistically.
I think really he's just kind of vying for map control. I don't think he really intends to push into the 3rd anytime soon. We do have some Raven Harass coming out, and we're going to be able to maybe pick off a couple of probes here in the main base. We do force some lost mine time, and we get a couple of probes. Oh.
Yeah. I see there's a choke point there as well with that Zealot. I didn't keep count on how many probes went down over there, but at least 5 have gone down throughout this game.
I mean, that Raven has 5 kills, so I'm gonna say all of those probe kills were from that Raven, so not too bad at all. Very well done here from Cure as he's attempting to set up his 3rd base. Meanwhile, MaxPax with his observer does see everything. He knows that the 3rd is on the way. He knows he is safe to expand and even take a 4th behind this if he chooses to. If
he chooses to. Right now, he's just teching up as much as he can.
As another 3 probes go down, by the way, so Cure's been doing a great job of just keeping the work count of MaxPax in check, keeping it comparable to his own. Stim is now done, by the way. He can now push out. He can now safely take this 3rd.
Like so, and now is the time for a complete 180 when it comes to the dynamics of this game. MaxPax gonna be the defender, Cure very much the aggressor. little Zealot run by and a big Zealot run by in the main.
Yeah, this is going to be forcing the issue here. Storm isn't done, by the way. These High Templar can't really do too much, but there we go. We do see the feedbacks on those medevacs as Kira's trying to force his way in. Everything at home is going to be dealt with these reinforcements. They do clean up those Zealots.
Yeah, it seems maybe a couple of SCVs right now, but not too much at the end of the day. Like you said, this lack of Storm from MaxPax is giving Cure so much room and so much time to just slowly siege his way in.
Yeah, the Zealots across the map are gonna they're just trickling out as we speak. We do see Kira trying to force the issue. He's getting in range of that wall at the natural.
And he's just, sieging it down, looking for an opportunity to just stim on forward and take it all.
Yeah, but
he's
you know what?
Very careful with those High Templar in the back.
Exactly, that's a scary thing. The Storm is done. We have 2 High Templar in that Warp Prism right now, and depending on how those storms do pan out, that could be either the end, or that could just be the end of the game in favor of MaxPax or in favor of Cure, depending on how poorly they are.
Yeah, we have 1 storm on top of the tanks, but it does force Cure to dip back. At the end of the day, though, he has so much bio that even losing those tanks is not a big deal whatsoever. GGG is called by MaxPax, and Cure takes game number 1.
GG, well played. The confidence of Cure to commit to his push, to just believe in his reinforcements to clean up all those Zealots was insane. He was able to just snowball out of control, and yeah, that was a really crisp timing. Just before Storm was done, Cure was able to take down that 3rd.
Yeah, actually. Very, very nicely done there by Cure. I mean, you were mentioning earlier that there was a window of opportunity for MaxPax there to maybe take a 4th base where he would not have been threatened that much by Cure. And I'm thinking back to that, and I'm kind of wondering if this game would have gone any differently, but probably not. I mean, Cure attacked at such a crisp timing that it probably was for the best that MaxPax just got his tech as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and let's be real, like, if Cure had turned back around to clean up those Zealots, if he had, for at any moment, just kind of faltered in his push in that timing, then MaxPax, he would have been able to hold on to that 3rd. Storm would have finished. He would have had a much easier time in that game, so yeah, really well done by Cure. He takes game number 1, and now he's 1 game away from advancing on to the Grand Finals. MaxPax needs to bring it back here and now.
Indeed, he does. We have an update, by the way, from Asher here. Apparently, Footy is AFL in Victoria, and Footy is NRL in New South Wales.
Yeah, see, that makes sense, because I'm in New South Wales, so when I hear Footy, I think NRL, but I do know that AFL is bigger in Victoria, so yeah, that's not confusing at all. In the same country, that word means different things, depending on where you are. Shaking my head.
It's not just different leagues, right? They are like straight up different sports with different rules.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Aye. Oh boy, but we are now going to be getting ready for that second game. Looks like we're just going to be remaking the lobby here, just remaking the server in the end. Oh. So we are going to be getting into our next game that I think was on... No, not Babel. God, it's the other one. Not Lost and Found. Why do I keep thinking Lost and Found?
Lost and or Found, yeah.
There you go. Royal
it's
Blood.
Calling to you, you know?
Yeah.
You're about to get found? Question mark.
Behind me, fine.
We're going back to the glory days, no?
Yeah, we need another dream pool, not gonna lie. Like we've been through so many maps over time. Like I miss, like, I don't know, 16-bit or Dreamcatcher.
Ah, 16-bit was great.
It was great.
Dreamcatcher was great. I remember when I was the only one playing on that map.
Oh, good times.
So what else was there that was good? Neon Violent.
True. Odyssey was around for a long time. I don't know if were you active with
Odyssey? Was around for a long time. Yeah. I started around the time Odyssey was like in the pool for the 4th consecutive season or something like that.
Well,
That was a beach map. I did 3 Rex. Oh no, I did 2 Rex Reaper on that map.
True, I remember that. I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, I think Odyssey was around for a long time because, if I'm not mistaken, was Odyssey a map that was crossed over from the last season of Heart of the Storm into Legacy of the Void? Was that? Is that Odyssey? I know there was a map that was like that.
I don't think it was.
Was it Overgrowth instead?
No, actually, it might have been. Yeah, no, I mean, wait, because Overgrowth was early in Heart of Swarm, wasn't it? Overgrowth was 2014 when it was introduced. Overgrowth, though, great map. I mean, this was a 2-player map at a time where the map pools were dominated by 4-player maps. Yeah, Overgrowth very much ahead of its time.
Yeah. It really was. And I'm just double checking, and yes, so Overgrowth was active in Heart of the Storm and the beginning of Legacy of the Void.
There we go. All right.
It's crazy.
I just want Dust Towers. Dust Towers is so much.
I know. I loved Dust Towers. I loved it so much. It's so good.
So good. But regardless, we are going into another map that's pretty good, you know? I can't complain. It's a pretty good map. I mean, yeah. Ain't bad. We're over here, it is Royal Blood. We're over here in the bottom left-hand corner map spawning all the way. In this bottom left-hand corner, we have our blue Protoss player coming out from the land of Denmark. He is, of course, going to be representing Storm Gaming, PSG. Not the soccer team. He is MaxPax.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Terran player representing Team Abydos. It is Cure.
None of his joints move right now, you know. None of his bones work.
He's stiff as a board.
He's actually lost 70% of his vision.
And he's still getting game one.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
He's playing with like you know, he has one of those, what are they called in the mouth that you use to type?
I know what
you know,
you're
one
talking
of those
about.
pointing sticks.
Yeah, I had no idea that had a specific name, but yeah, I don't know. He got the stick in the mouth. Yeah, that's how he's playing. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, Cure, he's always been amazing here at TVP. You mentioned it earlier, but he did, he looks very dominant against MaxPax. But that was quite some time ago. That was maybe 5 weeks ago at this point, 6 weeks ago. So since then, of course, MaxPax has been looking a lot more dominant. He has been getting a lot more wins under his belt. But can he still overcome the TVP of Cure? Cure, who has arguably the best TVP in Korea. It's definitely up there. It's definitely something like an accolade that he has been able to claim for himself. It's what he's known for in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other player who out-contests that with. Maybe Ryung, but, you know, even then, I would say that Cure is generally considered to be like a tier above Ryung right now.
Yeah, 100%. We're doing that thing.
Yeah, I don't think that's controversial
he peaks
to
high.
say.
He peaks like top TVP in the world, Buffy, but he's not always there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Feels Ryung, man. Feels Ryung.
Feels Ryung.
Here we go. We do have now a Stargate opener instead for MaxPax. Interesting. Even though he's known for his Twilight Council, even though he's known for his 4-gate Blink Stalker, MaxPax is going to be shying away from that and going for a Stargate opener instead.
Yeah, you got to play with your reputation a little bit, you know.
Yeah, exactly, and we'll see if he's able to keep it hidden in time. We do have 2 Adepts active on the map here, looking to try and chase down and hunt down this Reaper. No, the Reaper will escape the clutches of those Adepts.
Just like so. Hellion will be moving across the map as well, just to get a bit of a scout. So far, MaxPax has been kept pretty much in the dark, but it's not like Cure is doing anything out of the ordinary. 1-1-1 into most likely a 3rd base, but we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. It was a Rax Expand opener, and the Hellion dives in the Reaper as well. We do confirm the Stargate, we confirm the Phoenixes, no Oracles in sight, so Cure knows he can be a little bit more lax when it comes to the defense, and he's aware that he has to be wary of those Phoenixes.
Yeah, especially when he goes in with the mine drop for a follow-up scout.
Exactly. The medevac and the widow mines are on the way. The adepts are going to continue to shade, and oh, they do make it into the main base.
Yeah. That was hubris to look at, but yeah, I mean, Cure should be able to clean this up. MaxPax gets a full scout though, which is always valuable, and yeah, it's even able to pick off an SCV.
Yeah, exactly. Phoenixes they do join the battle as well, trying to find what damage they can get done. And there we go. They do manage to pick off one of those SCVs. Oh, but the Phoenixes have to be very careful as they take, or at least one of them takes a lot of hull damage.
It's been such a chaotic early game.
It really has been, and with that, MaxPax is going to be shooed away behind this. That mine drop is soon to be sent out across the map as well. As, oh my god, there it is. It does arrive. Does force a recall.
Yeah, one mine? No. Yeah, one mine will borrow. But it is not going to be enough to take out two full health Phoenixes. Cure does get his follow-up scout, does know, or does realize now that MaxPax is committed to the Phoenixes, but isn't able to get much damage from there.
Yeah, exactly. And once he does confirm the commitment into those Phoenixes, he is fully aware he should be able to piece together that it is going to be Phoenix Colossus, the base on the way, third base as well. So MaxPax is being very greedy with this, and Cure is doing Cure things. He's got his Raven on the way. He's looking to hit a timing here. He's looking to move out and try to punish the kind of low unit count that MaxPax is going to be having here with that Raven.
Yeah, and he's just going to be able to delay more buildings being made here, just continue to be annoying. Without Stim, it's a little bit more difficult for the Terran player to really keep up with these Phoenixes, at least when you're purely on Marines.
Yeah, definitely. And so far, MaxPax is doing a great job by keeping an eye on things. Looks like we have a drop that's being sent out, but no, the Phoenixes are moving to intercept. They're going to be zoning that medevac away, even picking up a couple of SCVs as well. And we talk about this all the time. Oh, it looks like MaxPax, he wants that Raven. Up.
And he will be able to get it at the cost of only a single Phoenix. Well worth it here for MaxPax.
Yeah, and suddenly the wind has been taken out of the sails of Kira. We were just about to talk about if the Raven makes it across the map, the disables are so crucial here to shut down the Colossi and to snowball out of control. Without that Raven, Kira can still go for his move out, but it's nowhere near as potent as it otherwise would have been.
Yeah, now Kira has to actually, you know, position his army and split and micro and well, it's time for that.
Yeah, and the Kira, he goes for a third base instead. He almost gets a Phoenix, but alas, it does barely escape. Third base has been taken on location here for Kira. He goes for a little bit of Viking harass, but for the most part, he won't really be able to punish this third too much, as he does move out just to try to catch some of these Phoenixes.
Landed Viking harass never gets old. But neither does this move out. Stim is about to be finishing up here for Cure, and like you said, even without the Raven, he can still try to get a really good position, maybe get a good concave, and punish the Colossus. Drop makes it through into the main base, and it will distract the main army of MaxPax for a little bit. Cure actually getting a lot more probes than I thought he would with this drop.
Yeah, the target firing was on point. 8 probes do go down, and that helps make up for the economic deficit that Cure has right now, just because he had a much later third CC. And he's moving out across the map with his forces. He's trying to catch these Phoenixes if possible. It looks like he does get 1. He gets 2.
Not too bad, not too bad. He loses his medevac though, so he's not really going to be able to pick up and leave from here. Nor does he have a lot of staying power, but hey, this one Cyclone is able to get a sentry? Yeah, I think he got a sentry.
Yeah, he got a sentry, he's gotten 5 Phoenixes, but MaxPax, he's continuing Phoenix production. He is replacing what he has been losing, and Cure has to back off. The Colossus count is getting to critical mass. We have now 3 Colossi here for the Protoss, and with this, any kind of bio push is not really going to work out for him. But Cure doesn't have to rely on that. You know, I bring us back to Cure versus Showtime. The multi-pronged aggression is about to begin.
And once it starts, it pretty much never ends. Nice pick off here for Cure, able to not quite get any Phoenixes, but he is at least able to halt the Phoenix harass for the time being.
Exactly, we just see him moving here on the right-hand side as well. The Colossi do meet up with this. They do force back the army. At the same time, here comes Cure. This time with Medivacs, this time with high ground vision, he's going to be able to snipe that Cybercore.
Actually, a pretty big pickoff here. MaxPax charge is only about halfway done for him, so if he has to rely purely on Zealots, Colossus, and Phoenixes, this army isn't going to be as potent as it would otherwise be. See if we get to snipe the Cybercore again.
Yeah, that's a kill that to cancel on the second Cybercore. This army is going to be cleaned up. We try to pick up whatever we can with trying to boost the wave. Really, we're distracting these Phoenixes as the main army pushes through the center of the map. There is a massive opening here. Maybe that Colossi could be picked up as, the entire army goes for the surround. But the Colossus!
2 Colossus are exposed! And they immediately get targeted down by these Marauders. Already a huge pickoff for Cure.
Yeah, MaxPax being pulled apart, just leaving some units exposed here or there. The multi-pronged aggression did pay off here for Cure.
This is what Cure does best in this matchup, even if he only has one hand to work with.
Yeah, exactly. As a mine even waddles into the mineral line, MaxPax does pull away in time. He's going to be able to react and minimizes his losses. Only 2 probes go down, but MaxPax has very limited scouting information. He doesn't see the army. He doesn't see that, the armies do pass in the night, and Cure is going in once again.
And the question is, will MaxPax turn around, or will he go for the base trade? He can do both, funnily enough. As, he does have a decent number of Zealots over here, as MaxPax is getting doom dropped by Cure.
Oh my god, and he has so much, he has to turn back around, and we do have a couple of Colossi here in position. It looks like MaxPax should be able to clean this up, but look how many probes did go down. 15 workers in total, and Cure, he's getting so much damage done with this.
Yeah, it was a great EMP on the choke point over there. And because all these Medivacs lived, he could just pick up, drop outside, and get ready for round... it's not even round 2 at this point. Round 5 or something like that. Zealot dies to SCVs. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, you don't see that too often. We do have a Prism diving into the main base as well. We do see MaxPax trying to do some counter damage in some way, shape, or form, but it looks like Cure is going to be able to keep up with this. At the same time, he still has an army across the map, still has Ghost for EMPs as well, but does run into the Archons. He has to respect it. He will back off.
Yeah, even with EMPs, it's still a little bit of a struggle nailing them on top of this entire army. If he's able to pull it off, though, then these Archons are just going to melt, and everything else behind it.
Yeah, as a Ghost gets picked off a Marauder as well. A good moment here for MaxPax. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, the Prism does somehow avoid those Vikings as well, is able to survive. But Cure has the supply lead. He has the concave. He's getting ready here for the push as he does scan the army. He knows.
Yeah, MaxPax is feeling pretty pressured to get some damage done here. Try to reciprocate every loss that has been thrown his way by Cure. Tries to go for a bit of surround, but unfortunately I think he miscalculated a little bit. It's just nowhere near enough Zealots to really pull that off.
Yeah, now the Planetary has finished, so Zealots, or even a couple of them, are not going to be enough. The Prism does load up. MaxPax going straight into the main base. At the same time, Cure moves out on the map. With this many Ghosts, he can take a fight, but he has to be careful not to be caught out.
Yeah, do we see any EMPs? Not quite yet. There are no storms in this army, so
oh my god.
Those EMPs just eviscerate the army. That was an army that was 1 Immortal, 2 Colossus, and something like 6 Archons. That was, gonna get completely shredded by the Ghost, but MaxPax is putting up one hell of a counterattack. This Zealot run by is huge.
Yeah, but he wants the main army. He goes to the EMP. Disruptor, the Nova does go off. Do we split? We get a decent connection with that Nova, but everything on the ground from MaxPax is going to go down.
Yeah, sometimes 1 is all it takes, but not this time. Not this time at all.
Yeah, meanwhile, the Zealots across the map are being cleaned up. They do get 30 SCVs. A lot of damage is being done across the map, but Cure, he cleaned up the main army. We have 1 Colossus, 1 Disruptor remaining. He wants them. He wants to dive in.
Up. Huge EMP once again. Somehow the Colossus survives. Not anymore.
Colossus did survive a little bit longer than it should have. That Nova going off is going to force back the army of Cure. He doesn't want to turn around, though. He wants to keep on pushing. He barely does get that Disruptor. He lands the Vikings. He wants to break his opponent here and now, but with these Zealots, with another Disruptor, I don't know if he can.
Well, he kind of has to keep pushing. He does send the Vikings. Here comes the reinforcements, and this should just about be the final nail in the coffin here for MaxPax. Look at that army supply difference. GG is called, and Cure despite being paralyzed from half his body, is still able to take a very convincing win against MaxPax. We're getting a TvT finals.
GG, well played. Cure once again with his multi-prong aggression. It worked against Showtime and it works here against MaxPax as well. He's just too quick, he's just too fast, even with the ping disadvantage as well. He's able to just pull MaxPax apart left and right. The moments where things were swinging heavily in favor of Cure was when he found those two Colossus, when he was able to snipe them and pick them off, and from that moment he just snowballed out of control.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Cure wasn't looking... There was never a point in that game, right, where Cure was looking disadvantaged, but like you said, taking out those two Colossus then and there was just the start of a massive snowball. That was pretty much the... There's a term for it, like, there's not Catalyst. That was a map in 2018, mid Legacy of the Void. That was something different.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you get what I'm trying to say.
I get.
That was kind of the moment where it, where I think we all kind of realized, yeah, Cure's in form. Cure has this in the bag, pretty much. MaxPax, it's not like MaxPax was destined to lose that game. It's just that, you know, he needed a lot to go right after that.
Definitely. Oh, and alas, Cure did not allow that to happen. GG, very well done there by Cure, as he is going to be advancing on to the finals. Meanwhile, as Cure versus Beyond begins in the finals, we're going to have MaxPax versus Dark in that bronze place match. And it looks like a couple of people are going to be casting that. It looks like both Maddox, Hearthstone, and Steadfast, so two English casters and a Korean caster are going for that. This is really interesting. This almost never happens. Maddox is usually the one to volunteer, but some English casters as well. I think very clearly both Hearthstone, this is very transparent. I think Hearthstone and Steadfast, they didn't want to cast a TvT.
Yeah.
I think they just...
I was going to say, I'm surprised that you didn't try to jump on the ZVP.
It's so good. I mean, part of me wants to, but I feel like the finals deserves to be broadcasted more so. So we are going to be following Cure into that TvT Grand Finals. If you want to tune into the bronze place match, into the third place match, that will be covered by Steadfast and Hearthstone, respectively.